Why can't America just fire up the production lines and churn out more F-22 Raptors? The F-22 Raptor is a twin-engine, all-weather, supersonic stealth fighter aircraft developed and produced for the United States Air Force. As a product of the USAF's Advanced Tactical Fighter program, the aircraft was designed as an air superiority fighter, but also incorporates ground attack, electronic warfare, and signals intelligence capabilities. The prime contractor Lockheed Martin built most of the F-22 airframe and weapon systems and conducted final assembly, while program partner Boeing provided the wings, aft fuselage, avionics integration and training systems. After all, the F-22 is widely regarded as one of the most advanced fighter jets ever created. First things first, let's rewind a bit. The F-22 Raptor took its maiden flight back in 1997 and entered service with the US Air Force in 2005. For years, it was the crown jewel of the US Air Force, the fighter jet that other countries could only dream of matching. But here's the kicker. Production of the F-22 was shut down in 2011 with only 195, 8 development aircraft and 187 operational aircraft. Now the United States faces concerns about its dwindling fleet of F-22 Raptors that were once intended to replace the F-15 outright, Alex Hollings wrote for Business Insider. Only around 130 of those 186 delivered F-22s were ever operational, and today the number of combat-ready F-22s is likely in the double digits. Since then, despite occasional calls to restart production, no new Raptors have been manufactured. Clearly, the F-22 is not the future of the Air Force. The F-22s, which have a shelf life, are still being flown regularly, meaning that the end of their service run is approaching gradually. So, what gives? Let's talk money. Well, it always comes down to dollars and cents, doesn't it? The F-22 was eye-wateringly expensive. We're talking about between $206 and $216 million per fighter, and that's just the flyaway cost. Factor in research, development and other associated costs, and you're looking at closer to $350 million per jet, as compared to the F-35A's current price of $82.5 million per airframe and the F-15EX's per unit price of approximately $88 million. Restarting production now would be even more costly. Much of the F-22 production infrastructure was converted into F-35 production infrastructure, so the plants that used to build F-22s don't really exist anymore. Estimates suggest it could cost billions just to get the production capability back up and running, let alone actually building new jets. But would it be worth the investment? Probably not. Here's another wrinkle. Technology doesn't stand still. The F-22 was cutting edge when it was designed, but that was back in the 1980s and 1990s. While it's still an incredibly capable aircraft, a lot has changed in the world of aviation and combat systems since then. I was cleared into the F-22 program when it was black, senior sky in the late 80s. I was a Navy commander serving on the staff of the Secretary of Defense. David Toucey, former US Navy A-7E Corsair II, who was involved in the Advanced Tactical Fighter ATF, explains on Quora. The F-22 was designed as an air superiority stealth fighter to challenge the Warsaw Pact forces in Central Europe. That was almost the sole justification for that aircraft, and given the threat in the late 70s, early 80s, that was clearly viable. The F-22 would have been a real game changer in the Central Europe battle theatre. Then in 1989, the Soviet Union collapsed. The Warsaw Pact was no more. Furthermore, the military of the Soviet Union turned out to be largely a paper tiger. Overnight, the primary threat evaporated. But today, new threats have emerged requiring new capabilities. Stealth technology has evolved. The nature of aerial combat itself is changing, with a greater emphasis on networking, data fusion and long-range engagements. Simply put, if we were to design a top-tier fighter jet today, it would look quite different from the F-22. You can't talk about the F-22 without mentioning its younger sibling, the F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 program was intended to produce a more versatile multi-role fighter that could be used by the Air Force, Navy and Marine Corps, as well as international partners. While it's not a direct replacement for the F-22, the F-35 incorporates newer technology and is designed to be more adaptable to future upgrades. The focus on the F-35 program, despite its own share of controversies and cost overruns, has effectively supplanted any serious consideration of restarting F-22 production. Political and strategic considerations. Let's not forget the political angle. The decision to end F-22 production wasn't just about costs or technology, it was also a strategic choice. There were concerns about exporting such advanced technology, even to close allies. The F-22 was seen as too sophisticated, too sensitive to share. Moreover, the changing nature of global conflicts and the shift towards counterinsurgency operations in the early 2000s led many to question the need for a high-end air superiority fighter like the F-22. While we won't be seeing new F-22s rolling out of factories anytime soon, that doesn't mean the US is resting on its laurels. The Air Force is already looking towards its next-generation air dominance fighter, often referred to as the sixth-generation fighter. This future aircraft is expected to push the boundaries even further, potentially incorporating technologies like directed energy weapons, advanced AI, and even optionally manned configurations. The existing F-22 fleet isn't going anywhere. The Air Force continues to upgrade and maintain these impressive machines, ensuring they remain at the forefront of air combat capability for years to come. The Air Force's fiscal 2024 budget request highlighted a significant shift in its strategic priorities, particularly with regards to the Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program. One of the key decisions made in this budget was the intention to divest 32 Block 20 F-22s, an early variant of the Raptor that lacks updates in communications, weapons and electronic warfare capabilities compared to the rest of the fleet. This decision was aimed at freeing up funds for the development of NGAD, which is crucial for maintaining air dominance in the future. The divestment of these older F-22 variants was seen as a necessary step to modernise the Air Force's fleet. Lieutenant General Richard Moore, Deputy Chief of Staff for Plans and Programmes, emphasised that these aircraft will never be a part of the combat force due to their outdated capabilities. The estimated savings from shedding these planes, roughly $485 million annually and $2.5 billion over 5 years, were intended to be redirected towards NGAD development. However, Congress blocked the divestment plan and no accompanying appropriation was forthcoming. This decision has left the Air Force without the expected influx of funds for NGAD, which is now facing financial constraints. Despite these challenges, the Air Force remains committed to NGAD, with plans to spend $28.48 billion over the next 5 years to develop this advanced stealth fighter and its accompanying unmanned escorts, known as collaborative combat aircraft. What do you think? Should America have kept the F-22 production lines open, or was it the right call to move on to new projects? Let me know in the comments.